All right, let's dive into Angola. You're clearly looking for adventure,
Definitely off the beaten path.
and I think we might have just the ticket for you this time.
Sounds good.
We've got excerpts from Wonders of Angola
Oh,
to
nice.
guide this deep dive.
It seems like a fascinating place.
Absolutely, you're going to hear about a plant that can live in the desert for thousands of years,
Really?
a waterfall that puts even Niagara Falls to shame,
Wow.
and even the legacy of a kingdom lost to time but still shaping Angola today.
That's so cool.
Are you ready to jump in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Perfect. Wonders of Angola paints a picture of striking contrasts.
Contrasts.
Yeah, we're talking a huge coastline, rugged highlands, sprawling plains, and even a desert.
Oh, wow. So it really does have everything.
It's almost like all of Africa's diverse environments packed into one country,
Yeah, I can see that.
and winding through it all is the Bengo River, Angola's largest river.
The Bengo River.
What's the significance of it?
Well, it's a lifeline, providing water for so many communities and the wildlife in the area.
I see.
It really shows how all the ecosystems in Angola are all connected together.
Yeah, that makes sense. We also have to talk about Angola's journey to independence in 1975.
Absolutely.
That was a long and hard fight.
Right.
I feel like it has to have had a lasting impact on the country.
Of course. It's woven into their culture,
Yeah.
and you can really feel the people's resilience and connection to the land.
Right, so we have this mix of landscapes and powerful history.
Yeah.
Where should we head to next?
Well, Wonders of Angola actually spends a lot of time in Luanda.
Oh, the capital city.
That's the one.
What can you tell us about it?
Well, it's a blend of the colonial past and the modern present.
Oh, interesting.
Like, you can walk past this 17th century Portuguese fortress called the Fortaleza de São Miguel,
Wow.
and then turn the corner and see these modern skyscrapers.
Really?
It's a reminder that Luanda has a lot of layers of history.
Yeah, that's a cool contrast.
Totally. And of course, there's also the slave trade to think about. A dark chapter in the city's past.
Wonders of Angola talks about the National Museum of Slavery.
Yeah.
Do you know much about it?
It's a place for visitors to grapple with that difficult past.
Yeah, that sounds important.
Definitely. But it's also important to remember that Luanda is so much more than that today.
Okay, what else is there?
It's a lively city
Okay.
with markets, a growing art scene,
Yeah.
and a really strong spirit.
I like it. Okay, so we've got the busy energy of Luanda, but now I want to completely shift gears
Okay.
and journey to the Namibe Desert.
Oh, interesting.
It's not what you usually think of when you imagine a desert.
What do you mean?
Deserts are often thought of as empty, but this one sounds really captivating.
Well, deserts are full of life.
Right,
You just have to look a bit closer.
that's true.
It's all about adapting.
So what kind of things live in the Namibe Desert?
The Namibe has the highest sand dunes in Africa
Really?
and an amazing coastline shaped by wind over thousands of years.
Wow.
It's stark, but beautiful.
I can see that Wonders of Angola even talks about a plant that can live in the desert for thousands of years.
Seriously.
The Welwitschia mirabilis.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
What's the secret to its longevity?
Well, it's a master adapter. It takes moisture from the fog, and its leaves, which can grow for centuries, channel water to its roots.
So it's designed to survive anything.
Pretty much.
What other creatures share the desert with this super plant?
You have the desert fox with its big ears that help it stay cool,
Okay.
and even the Namaqua sand lizard, which can swim through the sand.
That's amazing. I love that.
Right, and everything survives in its own way.
Yeah.
It's like this delicate balance in this harsh ecosystem.
I can just imagine you're dune surfing down these massive dunes.
Yeah.
And there's a Welwitschia just hanging out nearby, just vibing.
That would be a sight to see.
Absolutely.
Well, if you don't want to dune surf,
Okay.
you can always take a guided tour,
Oh, nice.
see the Welwitschia up close, and learn all about the desert.
So we've seen the energy of Luanda and the beauty of the desert.
Yeah.
Are you ready for something completely different?
Let's hear it.
Deep in the Angolan jungle, there's a hidden treasure.
Oh.
A waterfall that makes Niagara Falls look tiny Calandula Falls.
Oh, wow. No way.
I know, I was surprised too.
What's it like?
Imagine you're in the jungle.
Okay.
The air is thick with moisture,
Yeah,
and
that-
suddenly this huge curtain of water plunges off a cliff.
That's incredible.
Wonders of Angola even mentions local myths and legends surrounding it.
So it has some cultural significance as well.
Absolutely, natural wonders like that aren't just pretty.
I know what you mean.
They often have cultural and spiritual meaning.
Yeah.
Local communities have lived alongside Calendula Falls for a long time,
Right.
so their stories and beliefs are a part of it as well.
It's a good reminder that you need to see the whole picture,
Yeah,
not just the sights, but the culture behind it as well.
I completely agree.
And that makes me think about another amazing place mentioned in Wonders of Angola,
What is it?
Kisama National Park.
Okay.
It's a perfect example of bringing wildlife back from the brink.
So we've talked about cities and deserts, but now you're telling me I can go on safari in Angola.
That's right.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What makes Kisama so special?
Well, it was basically destroyed by war,
Oh, no.
but then there were all these amazing reintroduction programs.
So they brought the animals back.
Exactly. Now you can see the big five in their natural habitat.
Elephants, lions, leopards, rhinos, and buffalo.
You got it.
That's incredible. It's like a total rebirth for the park.
It really is.
And I love that tourism helps with that.
Definitely. When you visit,
Yeah.
you're directly supporting the park's conservation efforts.
I love that, so we can witness this rebirth of a wild landscape.
I know. It's truly special.
But hold on.
What?
We're not done with Angola yet. There's still so much more to see.
Oh, I'm ready. What else is there?
Well, let's save that for next time.
Okay, sounds good.
I can't wait to share even more of Angola with you.
Me neither. This is going to be great.
All right, until next time, keep exploring.
See you then.
We're back in Angola.
Still so much to explore.
I know, right?
The Wanda, the desert,
Yeah,
even a safari.
and Kisama National Park's conservation efforts. So inspiring.
Absolutely. And Wonders of Angola keeps giving us all these little details.
Right, like it really makes you feel like you're there.
Totally.
So speaking of those details,
Okay.
I'm really curious about daily life in Angola.
Oh, yeah.
What makes Angolan culture so unique?
Well, the book talks a lot about traditional crafts
Okay.
and the food, of course.
Always important.
Right. And they're not just things you see or taste.
Right.
They're a reflection of Angola's history.
Yeah.
And their values, you know.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with the food. I'm always down to try new cuisines.
Me too. So Angolan cuisine is this awesome blend of flavors.
Okay.
You've got Portuguese and African influences,
Uh-huh.
even a bit of Brazilian in there.
Interesting.
One thing you have to try is funge.
Funge, what's that?
It's a maize meal porridge,
Okay.
kind of hearty, often served with a stew or sauce.
I could go for some hearty food.
Right.
What kind of stews do they serve with it?
You might get mwamba.
Womboa.
Yeah, it's a sauce made with palm nuts.
Okay.
It's really flavorful. You can have it with chicken
Okay.
or fish or even veggies.
Nice.
That's a nice depth to the funge.
I bet. And since Angola has so much coastline,
Right.
I'm guessing seafood is popular too.
Definitely. You can find lots of fish and seafood stews.
I think I'm sold fresh fish, funge, and this muamba.
Sounds like a plan.
But before I book my flight, I know we need to talk about practicalities.
Of course. Like what?
Wonders of Angola mentions health considerations for travelers.
Right. The book says it's important to talk to a doctor before you go.
Yeah, okay.
Make sure you get the right vaccinations.
Makes sense. Anything in particular?
Yellow fever is a big one,
Yeah,
especially if you're coming from certain countries.
got it. Talk to your doctor, get your shots. Are there other health concerns I should know about?
Malaria is a risk in some areas.
Okay,
So your doctor can recommend the best ways to avoid it.
so be prepared, take precautions.
Always a good idea.
Okay, health is sorted. How do we actually get around Angola?
Well, most people fly into Luanda.
Right, the capital.
Yeah, that's where the international airport is.
Makes sense.
And from there, you can take domestic flights
Okay,
if you want to see different parts of the country.
so flying is an option for covering longer distances.
Exactly.
What about within a city or town?
Taxis are pretty common in most urban areas.
Okay, cool.
But the book recommends agreeing on the fare beforehand.
Good tip. Avoid those surprises.
For sure. And if you're feeling adventurous,
Yeah.
you could always rent a car.
Okay.
That way you can go at your own pace.
Explore those off the beaten path places.
Right. Just remember, road conditions can vary.
So maybe pack a good map.
Definitely.
Sounds like an adventure.
It is.
Okay, so we have transport sorted. Now where do we stay?
Well, Angola has a good range of accommodation options.
Okay.
In the cities, you'll find everything, from budget-friendly guest houses to fancy hotels.
What about if you're going somewhere a little more remote?
The options are a bit more limited,
Yeah, that makes sense.
but that's part of the charm, right?
I agree.
It's a chance to experience authentic Angolan hospitality.
And connect with local communities.
Exactly. And that reminds me of something Wonders of Angola emphasizes.
What's that?
Responsible travel.
Oh, right.
Making sure your trip has a good impact
Yeah.
on the places you visit.
Okay, so how do we do that?
Well, one way is to choose local businesses.
Like hotels, restaurants, that kind of thing.
Yeah, by doing that, you're supporting the local economy
I like that.
and helping to preserve the culture.
Absolutely. It's about putting your money where your values are.
Exactly.
Now, what about when you're actually interacting with local people? Any cultural norms or etiquette tips?
Well, the book suggests learning a few basic Portuguese phrases. Okay.
Even though English is spoken in tourist areas,
Yeah,
knowing a little bit of the local language goes a long way.
like a hello or thank you.
Exactly. It shows respect.
Yeah, it can make a big difference.
It really can.
Now, of course, safety is always a concern.
Sure.
What does Wonders of Angola say about that?
Well, Angola is generally safe for travelers,
Okay, good to know.
but you should always be aware of your surroundings.
Right, common sense precautions.
Exactly, like don't walk alone at night,
Mhm.
especially in areas you don't know,
Okay,
and be mindful of your stuff in crowds.
makes sense.
Oh, and let someone know where you're going.
Right, so they know where you are.
Exactly.
Those are all good tips no matter where you travel.
Definitely, common sense is key.
The book also mentions the pace of life in Angola.
Oh, yeah.
Anything visitors should know about that.
It's a bit slower than some people might be used to,
Okay.
but that's a good thing.
How so?
It's an invitation to slow down yourself.
Right.
Enjoy the moment, you know? Yeah, I can see that.
Appreciate the little things.
It's so easy to get caught up in the rush of travel,
I know, right?
but sometimes it's about just being present,
Exactly.
letting go of expectations,
Absolutely.
and letting yourself be surprised.
I love that.
Okay, so we've covered travel tips, responsible tourism,
Uh-huh.
and even the importance of embracing the local pace of life.
Lots of good stuff.
But this Angolan journey isn't over yet.
I know. I can't wait to see what else is in store for us.
Me too. There are still more wonders to uncover.
Right. Let's keep exploring then.
Let's go. Welcome back. It feels like we've really experienced Angola through Wonders of Angola.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We really have. Deserts, cities, even learned some Portuguese.
Who knew you could go on safari in Angola?
I know, right?
It's been quite the journey so far.
Absolutely, but there's still more to discover, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Speaking of discovering,
Okay.
the book mentions this place called Tumbos Katima National Park.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Me neither. But it sounds like more than just a wildlife sanctuary.
What do you mean?
It seems like it's a place where nature and culture are really connected.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it says it's not just about watching animals from afar.
Right.
It's about understanding the whole ecosystem.
The big picture.
Exactly, how the animals and plants and people are all connected.
So it's like a living example of that connection.
Yeah, and Wonders of Angola suggests that you can learn from the communities who live there
Oh, wow.
about their traditions and how they've lived in harmony with the land for so long.
You can really see how different cultures view their environment.
Exactly, it's a completely different perspective.
I like that.
We've talked about the land, the wildlife, the culture,
Uh-huh.
but what about the Angolan people themselves?
What about them?
What are they like?
Well, everything I've read suggests that they're incredibly warm and resilient.
Okay.
They've faced a lot of challenges,
Yeah, they have.
but they've come through it all with a strong sense of community.
And a love of life. Exactly.
There's something so inspiring about that.
It is, and that spirit makes traveling in Angola so special.
Right. You're not just seeing a place.
It's more than that.
You're connecting with people who have these stories and this rich culture.
It really changes how you see the world.
I completely agree.
Travel isn't just about checking things off a list.
Right. It's about broadening your understanding.
Of yourself and the world around you.
I like that.
Me too.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Angola,
Okay.
what stands out to you the most?
Honestly, the diversity,
Mhm.
it's incredible.
In what way?
Everything. Geographically, culturally, historically.
Yeah, right.
You can go from the desert to rainforests, from busy cities to peaceful beaches.
It's a country that has it all.
Exact.
And for anyone who loves to travel off the beaten path,
like our listener?
exactly. I think Angola would be truly magical.
I think so too.
It's a place where you can have those genuine travel experiences.
The ones that stay with you, or
Absolutely.
you discover something new.
And unexpected. It pushes you out of your comfort zone.
It does.
And you come back with memories that will last a lifetime.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Glad to hear it.
This deep dive into Angola has been incredible.
It has.
And I hope it's inspired you to explore further.
Me too. Angola is definitely on my list now.
Mine too.
So, to our listener,
Yeah.
keep exploring.
And until next time.
Happy travel.